Hello and welcome to Dark Night Healing. My name is Julie. I want to talk to you today about an experience I had the other evening. It was quite jarring, and I think that people need to understand that this shouldn't be done. So I was out the other night. My husband hosts karaoke at one of our local establishments, and I was out with him, and I was sitting on my stool like I normally do, and my son was at the bar with his friends, and some of my other friends were there too. We all hang out at this one location that we really like. So I was sitting there, and my son was interacting with his friends. He's 22 now, and he has a really good job that he enjoys, and he's doing really well. And I was just sitting there and really just thinking about how proud I was of him and how far he's come. And, I was just really lost in thought, in my own thoughts. And I wasn't really registering the outside world. I'm an empath and a projector in the human design. Sometimes I zone out and I go into my own little world, and I don't notice people around me. I have tried to talk to my doctor about getting tested for autism or ADHD, but he just basically looked at me and said, "I can tell by looking at you, you don't have it," which is the dumbest thing ever. But it is what it is. So meanwhile, I'm lost in thought and not privy to what's going on around me. All of a sudden, my head is forcibly turned by a hand in another direction. Which immediately shocked my nervous system and sent me spiraling a little bit. And then when I got my bearings as to what happened and what's going on, because obviously I was lost in thought, daydreaming about how proud I am, and all of a sudden I am now somewhere else, and questions are being asked to me by another friend. It was very jarring. And it really shocked my nervous system. It took a few hours to settle after that. The person who turned my head was my husband. He was trying to work, and someone interrupted his focus to ask if I was deliberately ignoring them, which caused him to lose focus on what he was doing, because he does have some mental disabilities, so he tries to focus very hard, and someone ripped him out of what his task was, and so it was a chain of reaction. So for people who have empaths, perhaps people with autism, if you notice that they're not registering you, don't take it personally. It has nothing to do with you. And if you believe that it does have something to do with you, then you need to examine why you think that. Because I did absolutely nothing to this person to suggest that I was mad at them or upset with them in any shape or form. Now, being a projector, I personally know that they are seeing a reflection of themselves being sent back to them, albeit magnified, because I'm a projector. So I take that energy in and I project it back to you magnified. So you're actually seeing a reflection of your own energy. You're not seeing me. You're seeing you. So if you're taking it personally that I'm ignoring you, then maybe you need to recognize that that isn't me. You're ignoring yourself. And you're ignoring what you need. My actions have absolutely nothing to do with somebody else unless that person has directly done something to me and I have expressed that this is a problem. You will know if I have a problem with you. I'm not quiet. I don't pussyfoot around. I will tell you, I don't like that. I don't like you. I don't like what you're doing. I think you need to do something about this. Now, if you're someone that I care about, I may say a lot nicer than that. Or in a way that you might be able to digest better. But I'm not going to not tell you. Sorry, that's not how I work. I have several people that come to that same location that as soon as they walk in that bar and I see them and they see me, I walk away physically from them. And everyone knows that I don't talk to them. They physically see me get up, go nope, and walk away. So you know when there's a problem. So putting that on me, no. I won't accept that. And having another person physically turn your head, don't ever do that. If you have a friend that's lost in thought, lost in space, not registering you, the best thing you can do to get their attention is put your hand gently on their shoulder. And sorry about that. Anyway, so you really need to look at why you feel that way. But for the empath, having their system jarred like that it's not good. It's so bad for us. And then to find out that this happened because you projected your feelings onto them, well, that's not going to help you. So take time and really understand that not everything that people do in your life is a direct result of you. Like, I'm not going out of my way to do something, and if I do, you'll know. But being an empath, having my head physically turned when I was in another complete other vibration was very, very unsettling and jarring. And I did have a conversation later about how this should never be done to me again. Empaths are very energy sensitive, and when we are connected to energy, we are on a different vibration. So cutting that, severing, because that's what it was, cutting or severing that connection without adjusting is very jarring on the system. And then finding out that this jar on the system was because somebody else was projecting negative onto you is very disconcerting. For the empath that this happens to, I really recommend taking some time out and sitting in it and feeling it, recognizing it for what it is, and meditating and let that energy flow through you so that your system can come back to its normal resonance and vibration. It might take some hours, it might take a few days. It really depends on how strong of an energy user you are, how tapped in you were at the time, and whether or not you have been doing the work to calm your nervous system. You will notice that if you're a newer energy worker, something jarring like this might take a few days for you. For me, it only took a few hours to reset because I have done a lot of work and I've been doing a lot of healing. So we really have to be conscious and careful about other people's nervous systems and energy systems. And we also need to be conscious that we're not projecting our emotions, feelings, or thoughts onto them. Don't take everything so personally. Not everything is always about you or us or anything. Sometimes shit just happens. Sometimes people zone out. Sometimes people are lost in thought. The other thing is that being a vibrational worker and an energy worker and a sensitive, I've raised my vibration several times. Even in the last 4 months, my vibration has risen. I have healed a major amount. My anxiety is gone. For those of you who have high anxiety and believe like you'll never get out of this, you do. Somebody turned in front of me the other day, like right in front of me, turned left in front of me, didn't pay attention, nothing. I was 3 feet from hitting this person and my anxiety didn't come up like it normally does. It was just like a holy what the fuck. And none of that anxiety I was expecting came up. None. Not one. So it's a very freeing thing, but it's also very weird to experience because you're expecting that anxiety to come and it doesn't. So know that it does happen. You can heal yourself to the point where you don't have that anxiety anymore, where it's just another day and you don't have that trauma holding you back. So remember that being on that vibrational energy as an energy user, that someone else might not be on that energy level. You might not be on that vibration. So you might not also recognize them. They might be trying to talk to you, but because they're on a different frequency, you're not registering that frequency. So don't take it personally. It's not that they're trying to ignore you. They literally do not see, hear, or feel you. If you're trying to get your attention, don't take it as an attack, because that will reflect back on you because you're projecting. Times are tough, and the energy of this new system, timeline, whatever you want to call it, is coming in. And we all need to work together to heal it and allow it to flow. But we got to allow our energy workers to work at full capacity and remind ourselves not to jar their nervous system so they can do their work. And don't take it personally. My life is my life, and I live it according to my standards, and my standards may change day to day based on how I'm feeling, what I want to do, where I feel like being that day. Most days I don't want to leave the house. And now, even more so, I just want to work on my cars and my truck. So don't take that personally. I'm putting more energy into me. I'm on a different vibration. I'm pretty sure that if you were my friend, you already got a warning about this, probably in August, when I told everybody that I was taking a step back. So be nice to your empath friends and your sensitives. Make sure you're not doing something that is a projection of yourself and your feelings and a reflection of what's going on with you. And don't put them in a position where they're going to be jarred out of whatever it is that they're in. That's not nice to their nervous system. Just because you felt slighted for 5 minutes is what it is. Thank you all for listening today. I hope that this helped you guys understand a little bit more about what's appropriate and what's not with your empath friends, and you know, we all got to look out for each other. And this is why I'm choosing to use this as a teaching moment instead of trying to start a fight over it. I would rather use my bad experiences to teach others how to heal and how to do better than to retaliate or attack back. I don't have the energy for that. I only have the energy for raising up. So I hope that helped everyone today. Thank you for joining us. Again, you can see me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. I have intention items, salves, and all that I make that you can definitely message me about. Other than that, have a great day, and we'll see you next time.